wondering what on earth you are still doing here after 44 days, you must have a pretty good why. There must be a why you are doing something. What is the why behind what you are doing? Okay. And if you're thinking, why do I need a why? It's because the why is the thing that keeps you doing it over and over again. When you don't feel like getting out of bed, it's the why that gets you up. When you don't feel you can do anymore, it's the why that picks you up and drives you on. When you don't feel that you've got anything else left to give, it's the why that keeps you going. Okay. There's a great poem called If by Rudyard Kipling, and one of the phrases is, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve you long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will that says to you, hold on. That's what we're after. We're after that inner strength, and it comes from you understanding what your why is. And you're probably thinking, what on earth are you talking about? So let's just have a think. Let me just slide that out of the way of my face, because for some of you, it might be the money. It might just purely be the money. But I'm going to say that, okay, money on its own is not necessarily enough, because what does money do? Well, it'll either just sit there in a digital cryptocurrency, or a bank balance, or in cash in your hand, in your pocket, stuffed under the mattress, whatever it is. But it might be what money can do for you. In other words, money is just merely a means of exchanging value. Some say it's an exchange of energy. And you having money so that you can pay your bills easily every day of the week if you want, then that's pretty good, because that gives you a feeling of security, of comfort, of a level of sort of relaxation that maybe up until now you haven't had. So it could be related to money. But what else is there? Security. Security. If you feel secure, you can then concentrate on other things. If you're always wondering where your next dollar or your next pound note is coming from, then it's very distracting. So if you can build something that you say, right, my why is I want to feel secure. And I'm going to feel secure when I've got £110,428 in my bank account. That's when I'm going to feel secure. Now, why have I said such an odd figure? Because you have to be specific on these things. You have to be specific. You can't just be general. Well, I'd like more money, because if I gave you £5, then you've achieved your desire, your goal. But then you might say, well, actually, I meant more than £5. Okay, how much more? So it's one of these things. Why do you want that money? Because that's the point that I feel secure. And when I feel secure, I know I'm going to be able to concentrate on so many other things, that I want to do. At the moment, feeling insecure is distracting me. And that's not what I want. I want to be able to focus. Why? Because when I focus, I know I'm present. I give more to the family, to the job, to life, to the pets, to whatever. And so that might be one for you. Legacy. A lot of people talk about legacy and wanting to build something that lasts beyond your lifetime. I always smile at this, because I am reminded of the people that have the car bumper sticker, on a nice looking car, and it says "busy spending the kids' inheritance." And I think there's two ways of looking at it, isn't there? You want to leave something for the kids, but hey, you want to enjoy yourself as well before you pop it, don't you? There's no point leaving a legacy if what the kids would really want is you to still be around, rather than this legacy that they don't understand. So you've got to be careful with that one. But for some of you, it might be, I want to build a legacy. I want to build a hospital. I want to build a school. I want to have a street named after me. I want to have a portfolio of properties. I want to have a business that, employs people and is great for people, is great for the suppliers, great for the environment, whatever it is, it could be there in that legacy. So that could be your why. That's your why as to why you've watched these videos. This is the start of your journey. This is, why you are finding out, why you're watching this, why you want to take the next step is to build that something that really, makes your heart pump even faster, gives you that feeling, that those endorphins, makes you feel good. Oh, it just makes you stand up taller and all the rest of it. That could be it. For some people, the why could be just to have fun. Hey, why are you looking at a software tool like Groove? And let's face it. Here we go. Look, we've got all these things here to go through and learn. Why are you wanting to put yourself through that? For some people, it's great fun. It's great fun to put it out there and to see what happens, in terms of, I'm going to set up an e-commerce store and I'm going to sell something. And I can't wait. For some people, it might not be the money. It might be just putting out your product or service that you've dreamt of, and it's you creating that and putting it out there for people. That might be it. That might be all that's required for you to do it. For other people, it could be family. And it could be spending more time with the family, getting further away from the family. For some of you, it could be any manner of things, taking care of the family. So if you've generated some extra money, some extra income, it could be that you can pay for treatment, or maybe a new house for somebody, or maybe just make life a bit easier, do those repairs, give them a holiday, whatever it might be to do with the family. For some people, that is the reason why they get up in the morning and do what they do. And ask most parents. Most parents would say, hey, I'll do anything for my kids. I'd sacrifice sitting in a rubbish job, 9 to 5, hating it, disappearing off, to earn some money so I can put the kids through school, or buy them some clothes, or, give them a chance in education, get them to university or something like that. That could be why you're willing to sacrifice your happiness, your sort of dreams and everything just to get money there. But then you might think to yourself, hold on. Maybe I can do this for the family and also, do it for myself. So it could be that you're wanting to know about Groove to set up, your websites, your opt-ins, your emails, your webinars, your e-commerce stores, your membership sites, all those things. It could be because you want to spend, what have we got down here? Freedom. Something else, it could be freedom in terms of financial decisions. It could be freedom in terms of when you go to work, when you don't go to work, how long you spend at work, what you do with your time. It effectively gives you the choice. So if you're saying my why is the ability, I want to get up and have the ability to choose what I do each and every day. And if it's not something I want to do, I don't do it. Maybe that's your why. Maybe that's what's driving you. Whatever it is, folks, whatever it is, when it comes to your why, it's got to be a strong one. It's got to be a good one. Because you have to, be willing to get up when you've been knocked down. You've got to be willing to get up and out of bed when you don't want it. You just want to pull the duvet over your head and say, not today, not today. But in order to get there, your why is the resolve, the resilience, the commitment, the enthusiasm, the inspiration, the guts, the passion, the glory. It's everything. Everything that makes you keep moving forward in this life. Okay, it's one of these things. Why are you doing that? And if you haven't got a good reason why, then it's hard to understand, isn't it? But if say you've got a great device that can help people, And maybe it's to help kids understand how to learn maths or something like that. And you've got a great technique. Great technique. Do you think, if you said, look, I've got a way of making maths enjoyable, I think it's a way of getting kids to really, get more out of it, is to get their parents to understand it more. And it'll be so beneficial. It'll help so many people. That why is, that could be quite vague. But if you could say, okay, there's a kid who is getting bullied because they just cannot get their head around maths and their life is a misery, and then going home and they're not telling their parents, why everything's so bad at school, and they hide it and they hide it. And then you see the awful ramifications of what can happen to people when they suffer in silence and they don't share that burden and they feel that there's no solution. Well, if your why is to find that child and to find a way of helping them understand so that they can overcome that and not only get through it, but actually become good at it and not have that self-esteem, that doubt, that bullying that might have been associated with it, to give them back potentially their life, then is that not a super powerful reason why you have to get your training out there to the world to meet the needs of that particular person? That's what you got to do. You got to make it really, really powerful. Your why has to be powerful. And if you said, well, I don't really need to do groove. I don't really need to do this, Nigel. I'm all right. I've got a job. Yeah, it's not the greatest job, but I'm all right. I'm fine with that. And it could be that you say, well, I've worked on the supermarket checkouts, for years, and it's fine. It pays my way, it pays my bills, it's all right. What if what's happening in London at the moment and elsewhere around the world, where Amazon are opening a supermarket where there are basically people that put food on the shelves, but nobody on the tills, because there aren't even really tills. It's all done through a phone app. What if that gets rolled out? What if I'm not particularly happy, but what if your expectations of a job for the next 20 years suddenly disappear? If you don't want to do this and potentially understand how you could earn extra money, then you might be sort of thinking, yeah, well, I can struggle on with the job that I'm doing. Yeah, it's not the greatest job, or yeah, I quite enjoy it. It'll do, pays the bills and all the rest of it. What happens if that goes? What happens then to potentially your family when bills start mounting up and you can't make the payments, and you begin to worry and you begin to fret and you begin to think, crikey, where am I going to get a job now? I've been in various supermarkets all my life, and these things are changing, and there are no longer the jobs there. And maybe it's an industry that is just closing down or radically changing. How many people thought working in big high street stores was going to be a job for life, and all of a sudden these massive chains are closing down and they're going bust, and suddenly there is no job, or suddenly there's 10 people looking for the next one instead of 2 or 3, and the competition increases, and the bills are going to build up, and it's all going to be bad. Then your why becomes protection and security, and saying, right, my why is I want enough in terms of savings, other income. If that happens, I can weather the storm. I can get through it. We will survive. It might be that, for you to kind of ignore this and then try and pick it up too late, it might be too late. And it might be that your why has to be, I need an insurance policy here. I need to make sure that I've got another option. I need to make sure that I've got another choice, another way out, if wherever it is that I'm working at the moment changes. And let's face it, those high street stores that we see collapsing around us, they employ a lot of people. And if it's not so much that you say, oh, well, I've lost my retail job, I'll go get another. No, we are losing the actual opportunity to even work in retail. It's collapsing around us. And this is, it can be devastating. It can be devastating for people. And what I want people to be able to see is that, hang on, there are other ways of doing it. There are other ways of preparing yourself for this. It's said that you ought to have at least 12 months of your normal outgoings as savings in order to, be able to see you through difficult times. Well, I don't know many people that have 12 months of their sort of salary in savings. And so you kind of got to think, right, okay, I need, why am I doing this? Right, well, my reason why is because I fear for what I thought was a stable future. I think it's going to be disrupted hugely. And that disruption could mean that I, no longer have a job to work in, no longer have that job to go to. And I need to, step up here and look at alternatives and look at other things. So I've got a choice. And it could be that you do this alongside your job at the moment. And then as you kind of get used to it, get the hang of it, and you start seeing a little bit of success, it could be that you transition across a bit more. And then if your job goes, you go, okay, well, I've been working on plan B all the time that this has been going on. I've been working on plan B because that's my why. My why is I need an insurance in this ever-changing world. I need an insurance policy that I can understand what's going on here. So alongside here, I understand web pages. I understand how to create a digital product. I understand how you can do affiliate marketing. I understand what the power of emails is. I understand that a membership group could be incredible. I understand, videos are so powerful. I understand how to write a blog, and it goes on and on and on, including where are we? Hang on. Where's my finger? Here. Including Groovecart, e-commerce site. Okay. If you've ever bought anything online and you're thinking, I wonder how you do that, this is how you can do it. So if your why is anything to do with money, security, legacy, fun, family, freedom, or something else, then you need to really take note of this. You need to really think to yourself, yes, this is why I want to learn more about Groove. This is why I want to work with somebody like you, Nigel. How can I do that? And that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow on day 45 of this 40-day challenge. Day 45 of a 40-day challenge. It's unbelievable, isn't it? But there we are, because we want to be in this position, don't we? With the money. Yeah, it's still not enough wrinkles on that emoji, is there? Look at that. Hey, you kind of got those bits right. And almost that bit. Yeah. But his teeth are a darn sight better than mine. There you go. But no, hopefully that was useful. So you've got to go away and think about your why. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about overcoming things. And some people, we were talking about overcoming your fears, and often it's money and time. Well, hey, folks, your why should be, I got to do this because I want my time back. I'm scared, I want to overcome the fear of losing my job and what that might mean. And the money, well, if my job goes, then I have no money and everything spirals. So it's a case really, folks, of what's your why? Is it the money, the security, legacy, time freedom, the ability to choose? What is it? What is your why? Because that is going to be the rocket fuel to your success. And we're going to talk about how we can help light that blue touch paper and get that rocket fuel burning so that you can shoot out there up into the heavens, into the stars, and do something amazing. All right, that's day 44. I'll see you for day 45 of the 40-day challenge. My name's Nigel T. Best. I love you. Thank you. And I'm going to say goodbye. Right, how do you turn this off?